Welcome to a continuation of Joe's Politics 101 on the subject of who are the Republican Party. On my last segment, I cut it off at they are willing to support or to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid programs that benefit senior citizens, poor, low, and middle income Americans. It appears that it's okay from the Republicans' point of view to raise taxes on low income Americans. One thing I've learned about the Republican Party over the last 40 years is they are not transparent. When Republicans are in charge of the United States government, they hide information from the American people. One of the biggest lies I heard from Republicans since the fight over taxes and the wealthy and corporations began is cutting taxes for wealthy individuals and corporations will give them incentive to create jobs. That is a flat out lie. If corporations and wealthy people were job creators, the United States of America would not have an 8% or 7.5% unemployment rate. Some Republicans and Democratic politicians practice insider trading, investing in stocks associated with insurance companies, oil companies, corporations, which is why Republicans oppose reforming and regulating health care, energy, Wall Street. In addition, they receive campaign donations from companies and corporations in which they own stock. The difference I see between the Democrats and the Republican politicians is one is on insider trading. Democrats are willing to pay their fair share in taxes, and Republicans are not. Republicans don't believe the government should be involved in creating jobs for American workers. Stop right there. It is hypocritical of a person in the United States Congress who say the government don't create jobs or should not be in the business of creating jobs, and they themselves, as members of Congress, receive a paycheck from the government. That's hypocritical. Republicans don't believe the government should be involved in the insurance industry. However, they themselves receive government insurance benefits, and they don't want or feel the average American should have access to the same government-sponsored insurance they are privileged to. That sounds kind of elitist to me. But the reason is obvious. Healthcare insurance is a lucrative business. It has never been regulated, and there is no competition against insurance companies. Every individual business and the government have to buy insurance, and because the insurance industry has not been regulated, there is a yearly price increase of the premiums. When you receive your yearly pay raise, your health care costs increase by a percentage of whatever pay raise you receive. Why do Republicans oppose health care reform that make insurance affordable for all Americans? Plain and simple, it is about money. Republican politicians are about money. If you listen to Republicans, and you will hear the word money come from their mouth repeatedly. I am a Democrat, and I might sound a little bit biased in my next statement. The new Republican Party do not give a damn about what their constituents want. Once they are in office, they do what they want to do and disregard those who voted for them. Their ideas give me the impression they are trying to turn the United States government into a third world, one-party ruled nation. Where the Republican Party can dictate and control every aspect of Americans' lives, their idea of creating an elite society like the old British rule which results in the 13 colonies break away from the kings and queens of England. Do we, the American people, want a government that does not care if you drink dirty water, breathe dirty air? A government that don't care if your child get a good education, or that you receive fair pay for a fair day's work? Do we want a government that regulates your personal decision on whether to have a child or not? Do we want a government telling you when or who you can have sex with? Well, that is what today's Republican Party is advocating. The Republican Party's hardcore stance on taxes, abortion, health care, education, public works, union, and immigration, in addition, their efforts to exclude certain people from exercising their right to cast their vote, is a true indicator that the Republican Party agenda is to dictate control over the American population. Now, some would say what I've said is good. Maybe some would say it's bad. But from my opinion, as an American citizen who have a right to vote, who have a right to the pursuit of happiness, I believe what I'm saying is correct and right. You know, you see it in every state, all the states where you have a Republican governor and a Republican legislature and all that, those areas, they're making laws that will discriminate against certain people. They're making laws to control women's right to do what they want to do with their bodies. And they're denying a person the individual right to do whatever they choose to do as an American citizen in their personal lives. You know, I think the American people, if you're viewing this, I think you should take into consideration that when you go out and vote for this politician, that he's promised you this and promised you that. Once he's in office, he just basically do what the hell he want to do, or whatever the party is advocating, and forget about what goes on in your district. You know, they've gerrymandered the district so much that it's almost impossible for a Democrat or an independent to run and win because they've block granted the Republicans in one corner and the Democrats in another corner. So, you know, it's all the way around. It's been gerrymandered, and it's really unfair that people should be able to do that. And it's the politicians that's doing it. It's the Republican Party, and probably, you know, in some cases the Democratic Party. I can't leave the Democratic Party out of everything, but we need to try to get some control over our politicians, the people that we are voting for and sending to Washington, D.C. or to our state capitals to represent us. Thanks for viewing this part 2 of Who Are the Republican Party. Thank you for viewing. It's been another edition of Joe's Politics 101. You have a good day. God bless you. God bless America. Ciao.